How's it going, everybody? I'm making this video today to talk to you about some things on Garageband that you must take care of before you start recording. These are things that I've just learned from using this software enough to know that they always screw me over at the beginning of a session, and they're things that maybe some people don't know how to fix or something like that. And so here's my checklist. It's only 3 things, but it's 3 things you definitely need to take care of before you start recording on GarageBand. So, number 1 is you need a count in. If you're going to be recording on GarageBand, you're probably going to be playing to a metronome, which obviously means when you click this, you've got a click set to what your beats per minute is set to, and that's going to be the tempo of your whole song. So, how do you prepare yourself to record to a rhythm that you're not hearing prior to the recording starting? What I mean by that is there's 2 ways to have this set up. The way it's set up right now is to say that I want to record these chords right there, A minor, G, and F. When I go to record this, it sends me right into the recording process. So if you could see, I was already off beat because I didn't have enough time to get my hand back from the recording button to the keyboard. How do you combat that? We want our count in set. So what that means is you go up to Control and put count in on. You want to make sure that that is on, because what that does is when you come down here to record the next time, it gives you a 4 count before your recording ever starts. So now you know the tempo, and now you know exactly where to come in. So now if I want to go back and do that again and record those same chords, this is what it's going to sound like. Right, so I know that I'm on time because I had the chance before this recording ever started to hear how fast the beats were going and where to come in, because I had that 4 count. So that's number 1. Number 2 is kind of based on what we're talking about here, but down here we have our tempo meter. Now this is automatically set to 120, and now usually when you log in it will show you your measures. It'll be a screen like this. So you need to make sure every time when you start a recording to come down to project and make sure you can see the time signature that you're in, which is 4/4 for standard songs. It's always going to be at 120, and the key is always going to be at C major. That's just the easiest they could make it for you. But maybe we don't want our song to be this fast. Maybe you're just not feeling that and you want something slower. Let's make sure this is quantized real quick. Okay. Maybe we want to give it a little slower vibe. So what we're going to do is come down here and we're going to adjust this. And we can adjust this as many times as we want because these are MIDI files, so they will convert to the time that you're telling them to play it. Right, so now it's obviously a lot slower beat. And so what I'd like to do is run through this probably two more times after that, just to make sure that that's the tempo that I want my whole song to be on. And a lot of times what I'll do is after this is put a drum track in and make sure that that drum beat is showing me how fast these beats are happening and what the flow of the song is going to sound like, because that's the most important part of the whole thing. So that's number 2. And number 3 is probably what I think is GarageBand's biggest flaw, which is this key thing down here. This is what key your song is set to begin with. So what it's telling you is that everything you're playing is going to be in the key of C major, which isn't technically true, because if you change this key right here, this button, it would actually change the notes that you're playing up here. So you need to make sure you know what key your song is in so that you can set that before you ever record. Because I'll show you what I mean right now. Is I'll go back to the front, and this is A minor, G, and F. Those are my 3 chords that I'm playing right here. A minor, G, F. Now say that I'm singing and I want to take advantage of this pitch correction over here. my key, I'm actually playing chords that are inside the key of C. But say that I was playing something else and I wanted to change the key. I was like, oh, this isn't the key. I want to play something so that I can sing when I put this pitch correction on. It's going to correct to the right key. What we're going to have to do here is switch it, say that I was actually in the key of D. What that did was change my whole setup of chords up here. It's in a totally different key. So what you're going to have to do is make sure you always set your key to the right value to begin with, and make sure that you handle that before you start any recording. So those are my 3 things to check off before you start. So thanks for checking it out. See you.